Hello everyone and welcome. So I'll show you how to create a WebSocket server with Python using the WebSockets package, how to connect to the server from the browser using the WebSockets API that's built into every browser, how to connect them, and how to communicate and send messages between the client and the server. Starting off, we need to create a virtual environment, so python-mvn. While that's going, I can go through the code that we're going to be copying. So first of all, obviously we need to install this. So let's get into get started. Pip install WebSockets right there. This is done. So we go inside of that, scripts activate, and then install the WebSockets package. After that, we will be copying, let's go back, this bit of the code. So this is just a simple echo server. The WebSockets package uses async here to have a server, to serve a server. What this code does is I'll explain as I copy. So app.py. So first of all, we import async and WebSockets. Then we defined an echo server or just handler. You can name this any way you want. You can name it just server. It doesn't really, well, maybe server is not the best name, but we can name it server, right? It doesn't matter the name. Doesn't matter. It's a handler. A WebSocket handler takes the WebSocket, which is the connection that's made between the client and the server, and the path. The path is slash. For example, if it's just localhost, we'll change the port to, like, say 5000. So localhost 5000 is just, the path is going to be slash. If it's localhost 5000 slash test, the path will be slash test. Okay, that's what path is. And then what this code in here does is it asynchronously goes into the WebSocket, it finds the message, and then it allows you to do whatever you want with the message inside of this for-in part of the code. So right now, the server will receive a connection, it will connect, it will receive a message, and then it will send it back. We'll maybe customize the message sent back just so there's some variety there. So I'll do got your message, it's this. And now in order to start our server, we can say python app.py, and the server is on. So right now we have a simple echo server that receives a message from us and then returns got your message, it's this. I already have the client code in here. Basically it's just this code right here. I copied this code right here. The only difference is that instead of sending a message on connect, I console log that the connection has been made, and then I send a message whenever the send message button is clicked. This is very simple JavaScript, and also I explain this code a bit more in my express version of this same tutorial. So if you want to learn more about this specific very part of the code, you can watch that video. So let's start our client 1. If we open the console, it says connected to the server. If we send a message, we get hello from client 1, message from server, got your message. Okay, so right now we have a simple WebSocket server that returns whatever we send to it with this sort of prefix. If we have, let's say, 2 clients connect, so we have index 1 and index 2. If they both connect, then we can send a message to the server, and so right now the server receives messages and sends the response back to the WebSocket or the connection that sent the message. So the server talks to the client talks to the server. You can't talk to other clients. Now, if we want to add functionality to our WebSocket server so that clients can talk to each other, we can do that, and there's examples of that in the code right here. So if we scroll a bit more down, just a bit more down here, there's the registration section. Registration of basically what the section talks about is creating a connected set, which is a set or list. Like a set is similar to a list, it's just every element in it is unique, which will hold all of our current connections. And then whenever a user connects or a client connects, they're added to this set. And then when we send a message, we can iterate through this set and then send the message to every WebSocket connection that currently exists. So we'll be copying a bit of the code from here and just editing it, okay? So this, as the comments say, this registers a new WebSocket. It just adds it to the set. Then in here, we want to add this bit right there. And then, this needs to be inside of that. And then finally, whenever the connection is dead, we want to unregister or remove the connection from the connected set. So what we want to do in here is, once this is added, inside when we have this message available to us, what we want to do in here is say for each, let's say, connection in connected. So for each connection in connected, we wanna send this message, right? So let's do that. We want to send connection, and then we want to send got a new message for you, and then the message. So right now, we can restart the client. Whenever a connection is made, the connection is added to the connected set, and then it takes the message whenever a message is received by the WebSocket server. It iterates through every connection in the connected set and then sends the message that it received to all of them. So if we refresh these 2 pages, so from here, if I send a message, I receive message from server, got a new message for you, hello from client 1. If we go to the second one, we also get the same one, and same happens here. But in this situation, maybe we don't want the client 1 to send the message to the server and the server to send it back to him. Because when you send messages to people, you want them to receive a new message. You don't want to send the message to them and also yourself. So in order to avoid sending the message to ourselves, we can add an if statement in here. So if connection does not equal the WebSocket, and the WebSocket in this case is the connection that sent the message, then do this. So it's going to iterate through all of the connections, and then whenever it goes through a connection, it's going to check, is this connection the WebSocket that is sent the message? If it is not, send the message to it. If it is, go next, right? So let's restart the client, the server, and then refresh the client. So if we send a message from client 1, it's in client 2. If we send a message from client 2, it's in client 1. If we open another client 2, so we have 2 client 2s. So let's refresh all 3 just so it's clean. So if I send a message from client 1, we get it in 2 places, and then we send a message from client 2, you get it in 2 places, but this one doesn't get it. So if you can have infinite amount of clients, and then the one that sent the message won't receive it. If you want that one to also receive the message, you can just remove this line. And that's basically it when it comes to the basics of WebSockets. There's more documentation here available, and you can do a lot of really cool things with it. It's quite simple, and then you can also maybe use the path to define like different chat rooms, for example. That's an idea for chat rooms. If you don't want to have authentication, you can add a /something path, and then if a message is sent to /test, everyone that is in /test, so everyone that has the /test socket will only listen to changes in /test, and etc, right? You can send objects. There's a lot of ways to configure that, but this is some basic WebSocket stuff, and you can use this to create whatever app you want or need. Thanks for watching. Hope you learn more about WebSockets, and bye bye.